be able to protect Bok. You also want to be able to, well, I say protect Yofi, he can protect himself, but it is really just Bok that needs protecting here. We'll see what Shoes Money Crew want to do. Maybe they're expecting some sort of ground-based comp. Of course, Shoes can do the old scouts, and then they can run back and then just change up the comp where necessary.
Big advantage here for Hadi on Reinhardt, though, is that if they lose first point, he won't have to give away any ult charge to swap over to Reinhardt for second and third points. He can just stick with this. Mouse is starting out on the Widowmaker, or rather the Symmetra.
Yeah.
Just like, what is that hero's name again? Haven't seen him for a while. Naga's going to scout out. He's giving over the information so Shoes Money Crew know exactly what they're running into, and they're going to opt for a mirror match. Except they're going to be running the different support. Instead, they're going to have a lot more pressure onto Hadi because they have that Discord orb available from Albi the Best, as opposed to Bucket, whose main tool here in terms of countering the 3-3 will be Bardic Grenade. That's going to deny a lot of healing and potentially mean that kills can be secured by Hadi swinging into Bardic Grenaded people.
Naga actually destroyed the Translocator there, so instantly
himself.
you know, Happy is going to be around that corner. Hadi taking so much damage here. Beautiful bio grenade. Crocs, Obling, and Gustav are going to get inflicted. And there's some right clicks from Soon around the shield. Thank you very much, and good night. That's the other win conditions of that Ana. You run the Ana over the Zen. You look for quick and clean fights with a bio grenade. And that was demonstrated right before your very eyes. And Bok's going to have a lot of ult charge here as well. I'll be the best on 70%, so he's actually trumping him right now.
Yeah, going for those right clicks from the doorway, quite hard to miss if everyone's sort of crowding around like, what's going on down here, guys? Of course, Playful's Arius have maintained their energy, so they're going to be quick to build up towards those Graviton Surges. Sooner, right now, an exemplar of that. Bucket may go for the grenade off the wall. We'll have to see if he can get someone.
Going to be hard to actually get right clicks around, but now it's not so hard as the shield is going to be turned. True, Sooner 2% away from that grab. Grab's going to come in. Bok's going to go down. Transcendence is going to be there, so there's going to be little follow-up now as Bok actually went down, so no anti-nade to try and find them. Shadow hits the ground. Hadi's shield going so low. Happy Cool bites the dust. Crocs finds himself a nice little triple kill. And that'll be Shoes Money Crew cleaning off British Hurricane and securing the point.
And look at the Zen assist on all those kill feed notifications right there. They're all going after the discorded target. This is where you really have the advantage of having that Zenyatta. But one of the reasons I liked Hadi being on the Winston instead of a Reinhardt was that it would be much easier to go and help out Bucket. What are you going to do as a Reinhardt? You're going to stare menacingly, maybe throw a fire strike, hope that Naga gets hit with that. Naga, speaking of him, he's got an EMP ready to go, but so does Happycool. And we've seen so many times who EMP second usually gets the fight win, because people, when they have an EMP in their favor, they just move forward. They go into such aggressive positioning.
Difference is, though, Yofi doesn't have sound barrier yet, and Gustav actually does. Bok is going to hide here as well to try and get this nano off on the main tank, so he survives, hopefully. There's the EMP. Beast's going to come through as well from Shoes Money Crew. Crocs is going to get sent to sleep, though. Instantly, though, bio grenade hits the ground. Obling and Crocs can't survive. That's pretty easy win there for British Hurricane. Spend a couple of ults. Hadi actually use the Shadow there as well, but they do save their support one, so they can just avoid Naga, or at least try to. He's going to be hunting that Lucio.
I would have really liked Gustav to have saved the sound barrier there. They're so close to their spawn jaws, it would have been like 10 seconds off their clock to have just all died there into the EMP Shadow combo. And of course, Hadi wouldn't be able to get that much ultimate charge, but now they're going to be looking to move forward without a sound barrier advantage. Naga needs to try and catch Jofi in this.
He now knows where Bok is. He's using the tracer rounds when you right-click in. When you left-click, that doesn't actually happen. When you don't zoom, of course, on the Ana. He does get hacked, but the 180 sleep. Someone needs to do something about it, but I don't think they can. The beat's going to go fairly far, actually. And actually here, Hadi, I was quite surprised. He managed to pick up I'll be the best. Sooner does get traded, but that was actually a big rally coming out from the side of Shoes Money Crew. They're going to be able to walk forward with almost immunity. Hafikul's going to get pinned up. Hadi is going to get hacked as well, so he's just going to get run over right now. No shield available. What a perfect set of plays there from Shoes Money Crew. That beat and then the rally coming through. Naga, perfect EMP as well. It was almost too perfect. It was like, oh, people have to actually deal with me in the back. There's 3 people trying to actually get to him because he was slept. And then British Hurricane, a little bit discommunication there. It felt like they fell over.
Yeah, the position where Naga was slept right there, very hard to follow up on if you're a ground-based tanky composition, right? No one's going to be able to get up there. Sooner has the Graviton Surge ready to go. That's the main advantage right here. Crocs is going to be looking for a defensive Earth Shadow to save his team when people come and try to follow up. Hadi needs to be aware of this and outpace him in the shield duel. He cannot be pressured out here. Instead, he's just going to put himself between the payload and its destination.
Graviton Surge is going to come in. Both shadows are available as well. Hadi gets shattered. Oh, the fire grenade's so good, but the cleanup's better for Shoes Money Crew. They're going to get EMP'd, but instantly you saw that Crocs got nanoed. No one can touch him now. Point gets capped. People just dying now on the payload. In fact, Sooner got nanoed at the end there. Not sure about that one. British Hurricane are going to have to back off rather sharpish. 3 minutes now are on the clock for Shoes Money Crew to roll round 2/3.
And Cyclical Ult Generation, round and round, the wheel spins, Jaws, Mouse and Naga, they got their ultimates back. EMP and then Graviton Surge. I'd love to see the EMP and Graviton Surge used in separate fights potentially, or use the Graviton Surge to try and bait out a sound barrier from Yofi, and then EMP it away afterwards.
EMP's coming in. Yofi doesn't have ult, of course. Only 2 people get EMP, but it was Hattie, the perfect target. Couldn't use the shadow, instantly goes down, and now they're just chasing up. They need to catch Suna here. He's pretty close to a Graviton Surge of his own. Danet even does end up falling, and that'll be a grab in the corner, almost hacking away that beat. It's going to go off, but it is just stragglers now reaching the points. Yofi couldn't actually make it there in the end, and Shoes Money Crew with 1 fight win at the end there. Hurricane didn't put up a defense almost.
This Shoes Money Crew just like go and have breakfast during the break or something. Up until now, they hadn't had the most important meal of the day, so they were like, how do we play Overwatch? But now, on the Barney, seems like they figured out how this is going to go. Hattie on the Reinhardt, he did often outduel Crocs on the more chaotic game mode of Control when we saw them go face-to-face on Lighthouse. But it seems like right now, Naga's really downloaded the information on how Hattie wants to play this, and Crocs is also getting a good idea of how to shatter around his shield. What I said towards the end of Point B, which was so important, was that was basically the only defensive play they had. If Crocs could get a defensive shatter, make sure that there was no cleave going into a Graviton Surge, then they could win out that fight. And that was basically the only way they'd survive that grab. If they died there, then it takes so long for Shoes Money Crew to get back to that point. Their entire time bank could have been drained away, and they'd be going into a heavily defensively favored position from British Hurricane, and things may have gone an entirely different way. But Crocs hitting that single shatter may have actually given them not only Numbani, but this time bank as well of 2 minutes and 41 seconds, which is very respectable when we're looking at 2-3-3 teams clashing against each other.
Bok didn't have the nano as well. Did use it in the fight that just ended so fast, and the EMP was invested. British Hurricane threw everything into that, potential last fight on point number 2. It didn't work out for them, and they just got rolled over towards the end. There is 2 minutes and 40 seconds in the time bank for Shoes Money Crew. It's British Hurricane's turn to attack now. Same sort of thing, sooner on the Widowmaker. Spot out any early Sombras, just taking a few pop shots. You should change over to the Zaya. There we go.
Shoes Money Crew on the defense over, going for Torbjorn yet again, channeling their inner Clockwork Vendetta. The comp of Vice and Fire, the Maze on the field, so it's for Torbjorn, and Mouse remains on for Widowmaker. I wonder if we're going to see any sort of like keenness to try and go for that particular matchup from Suna. Doesn't look like he wants to try and challenge out Mouse this time. Of course, they're lacking their Widowmaker specialist. Suna's going to be staying on the Zaya, but when you look at Shoes Money Crew's composition, they don't have themselves a... oh, okay. Everything's changing. What am I even talking about, Jules? British Hurricane going to go over to double sniper. 2-2-2, really. And now, so much big potential. Like we said, it's the same thing we saw on Voskaya Industries. And now, Shoes Money Crew have actually given up the high ground. They want to play this on the ground. Yeah, it's a bit of a worse angle, but playing the streets, and it does stop British Hurricane actually fully rotating rather quickly, of course, straight to the point. Nice little pick off from Suna on the side. Resurrection's available, but it's going to be pretty hard to actually do that. In front of the Widowmaker, Danis going to find Opling. Nice little res onto Mauser in the end, as the distraction was caused. But now Danis has the high ground. Gustav's going to go down as well. Hurricane just pushing British Shoes Money Crew straight off the point. There's no way you're going to be able to survive that, Naga, and the rest is history. Danis taking 4 lives with him. British Hurricane now pushing themselves on. They're going to be able to get ticks here. Shoes Money Crew are going to find it impossible to push back on. It's Danis. He's got the ult. And when we talk about double sniper draws, one of the buzzwords that comes up a lot is crossfire, and that's exactly what we mean by it. You see Suna invest the time to go the long way around, try and catch someone out by surprise, and did exactly that. He got Mouse first, and when you get Mouse, that means one of the snipers being down. That's Danid's free ticket, right? He can then go up onto the high ground, get himself the other angle, generate that crossfire, so that Crocs cannot shield in both directions. Speaking of shielding, he's moved over now onto the Reinhardt, but he may well be mispositioned right here by that Dragon Strike. As we've seen so many times before, it can bisect a team. It can isolate a single player, especially a Reinhardt who's a couple steps ahead, and people miscommunicate when they decide which way they want to go to get away from that ultimate.
Shoes Money Crew got to take this fight rather quickly. They can't let that Orisa just sit there and just pummel away. No, when you got a Roadhog as well. They're going to go for the big flank. Bit of an early charge there from Crocs. He ends up going down now. Hattie can just set up. I'll be the best will be in the back line as well. Does get the sleep on Haffy, but will it result in all of anything? A bar grenade comes out as well. He gets booped into the rest of the team. He instantly gets taken down. Nice little pick off by Mouse with the help of the bio grenade, but Hardy's still behind this shield. Regardless of him being hacked, he's still going to get healed up through all this damage.
Maybe going to go for a revive. Actually, the soul went out of range beforehand. They used a supercharger now, so that's a lot of damage available. You're going to need it to get through all the healing Shoes Money Crew have available. I'll be the best almost with the nano.
It's a lot of free space as well. They've just been granted because of that supercharger, Harry. I'll be the best with the nano, like you said, and with the EMP coming up as well. Naga had to blink away, but he's 1% away from using it.
Okay, so we need the nano onto the Reinhardt into an EMP. That would be what seals the fate of British Hurricane, barring a huge pick to start off with.
Nano boost coming in, EMP still available. Transcendence coming out from Bolt, try and save Haddy, but the bio grenade was good. Mouse has taken him out. Gustav ends up trading, but a main tank down for a support. I'll take that trade any day if I was Shoes Money Crew. Sooner is going to get picked off as well by Arby, the best of all people. There's the EMP coming out. Hardy doesn't stand a chance, neither does Happy Cool. He does manage to find one, but the rally will be there for Shoes Money Crew to sustain through the rest of the aggression. Opening finds himself a nice little 2k, and British Hurricane are going to have to go once again.
And Shoes Money Crew, they still have the ultimates that are required to really control this. Sooner, he's moving everyone to the Torbjorn. I'm not sure if that's really going to stick. If that is going to stick, that would be incredibly interesting. Maybe using the overload and the shotgun to get a huge amount of damage onto Shoes Money Crew. But the next fight could be a throwaway anyway. They didn't really have a support ultimate to deal with this Graviton Surge, nor really any way to mitigate the incoming damage of the Reinhardt.
There's the turret doing a fair bit of damage. Graviton Surge is going to come out. That's a lot of squishes on the high ground, but a perfect hook! What? You didn't see that one coming. I'll be the best. Taffy Cool looking straight at you. He knew you were going to go for that Bionade on the grab. Soon he's going to take out Mouse as well. That Graviton Surge looks so good. Shoes Money Crew, though, couldn't follow up on it. And now Hurricane moving the payload. 1v1 between Sooner and Gustav. You're going to go down. You missed that one shot. Gustav's going to roll all over you. British Hurricane capping the second point, though. Sooner ends up getting resurrected. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to push around this final corner now.
British Hurricane now over on the Doomfist. Mystery heroes occurring right now for the Academy team. We've got a lot of time in their bank. It's going to be very hard to have a larger time bank than Shoes Money Crew at this point. But right now, they're looking for an early intercept on Crocs. Don't want to allow him to use that. There he is. He's been found out. It's very difficult to try and isolate someone here, though.
Dannett's got the overshield, though. He gets out alive just for the time being. The beat's going to come through. Same with that Shatter. Dannett with a perfect uppercut. Did you see that? He dodged that Shatter by launching himself up in the air. Nice little hook onto Gustav. He instantly falls. That supercharger doing so much work as well. Once again, they're using it as soon as Shoes Money Crew go aggressive, so they can't follow up on after any of their ultimates. Mouse is going to go down again as well. A charge into the room, nets a kill onto Bok, and a nano boost will send Hafikul packing.
Crocs going to be dueling out with Hafikul here, but he's got the damage to make it work. Hafikul may be able to get himself a whole hog if they're dueling out here. Needs to reload.
That's so close. But he actually granted Crocs so much ult charge, mate. Look, 80% already, and they got an EMP to mix with it.
Surely Sooner can't stay on this Torbjorn now. Like, the attack Torbjorn, it's a bit of a meme from your comp games, and Engineer certainly makes it work, but I don't know if it's really Sooner's ideal skill set right here. And then moving into Shoes Money Crew, they're having a lot of trouble taking down Crocs' shield. When they get into the chaotic portions of these fights, Crocs is just holding up his shield, and British Hurricane are being out-dueled right there.
He's ready to go. Is he going to unleash this first? Oh, forces the Transcendence.
Okay, that's a bait. Good job.
Pretty good. Not bad, not bad. Hafikul gets hacked as well. Can't use the charger. There's the EMP. Pretty easy peasy as soon as that Transcendence comes out. The rest of British Hurricane were as well, trying to scurry to help Hafikul, who was hacked. Even Huddy moved his shield up. You see in the doorway, he was like, okay, Happy, you come to me. We shield you. It's going to be easy. Weren't counting for the EMP. Didn't even need to use Shatter. And Shoes Money Crew in a very good position going into the next fight.
British Hurricane moving over to a signature composition with double main tank. Hafikul has that Winston instead of the usual Diva. Does mean, however, they are going to be lacking on the Sombra. Naga's going to have a significant advantage there, but he won't be able to hack Hafikul to as much of a degree. So much ultimate economy on the side of Shoes Money Crew. They're going to be very difficult to win this next fight. Could be a throwaway.
Could just be. There's the grab. Crocs definitely doesn't want to use Shatter here, and he doesn't need to. Nice little sleep onto him, but it won't do all of anything as he gets woken up instantly. He's got the nano boost as well. So a lot of damage on the backline by Hafikul, but he is isolated after all. And now British Hurricane have 1 minute to go on this next assault. And they're going up against what, Harry? They got Shatter, they got Rally, they got B, and they're going to have EMP as well. Tall order. And they only just switched their comps. They've almost got no ults.
Yeah, Naga can look for some early poke here as well. You can see he's currently 95%. A Shatter and an EMP would end this right now. It'd be very difficult to try and defend that on the side of British Hurricane. This could be Shoes Money Crew trying to bring it back with a reverse sweep. They can still win this series, Jaws. Hafikul's going to take some space, force Shoes Money Crew to relocate themselves, but soon they can purchase all the space they want and more by cashing in these checks of ultimates.
Hafikul jumping towards the back line. Maybe he wants to go for a big flank here, but Naga's going to rain death from above with the CMP. You can see all the supports carrying from British Hurricane. Riley's going to come through from Obling to start off the fight. Naga now going for the manual hack, finds the hack onto Happy Cool, and the EMP comes out as well. The Shadow hits the floor. The Beat's going to be there also. Easy kill into Danny. Taddy's going to fall too. British Hurricane, they've got ults online now, Harry, but it's too little and it's too late. 9 seconds on the board. They're going to have to touch as well. Shoes Money Crew, press Q at the same time, and the British Hurricane go flying.
Happy Cool's been hacked and won't be able to use the Primal Rage to touch for Cart.
He's dead. OT wasn't even there, wasn't even triggered. As Shoes Money Crew, they're not out of this fight just yet. They're going to claim Numbani, looking for that reverse sweep.
Great comms and game sense there from Shoes Money Crew. They knew there were 2 threats, right? There's Happy Cool somewhere. We didn't see him with a kill feed. Where's he gone? He was in the back, hiding amongst the plants, evidently just gorillaing out over there, just having a banana ready to go. But he had that Primal Rage. The shorter cooldown on the leap, as well as the leap being restored when you pop that ultimate. That double leap, that was his ticket to payload, right? Get overtime going, bash around Shoes Money Crew, make sure they're in a little bit of chaos so you can try and take advantage of that with the ults you've just built up. And then the other point was Yofi. He had to try and get to the cart as well, so they were coming in from 2 angles, but he was checked by the remainder of the team while Naga just hunted down the Winston.
It looked like an impossible fight going into it with the 4 ults. They managed to build up a Nano and a Primal Rage, but it wasn't enough. They couldn't quite get there. Shoes Money Crew, they're bringing it back, Harry. They need to win this next map in order to send it to map number 5. We'll see if they can do it after this break. Hey guys, welcome back. Shoes Money Crew on the road to a map 5 and to take their second series of Contenders 2019 Season 2. This is where it starts, Harry. I said that last map, but this is where it really starts. The pressure's going to be building now. They need to be able to win Havana in order to have a semblance in this series. Hurricane, they only need this one map win here to bring them off that 2-2 scoreline. They're currently holding that leaderboard.
Yeah, we've got to start identifying as among the winners when it comes to our current leaderboards, and Havana's the place to do that. They want to get themselves a clean victory here. They don't want to be taken to 5 maps by a team that's currently towards the lower end. They're in the relegation zone with Morning Stars, and it can do a lot to your mental to be in such a dominant position for the first 2 maps and then have it turned around on you. But Shoes Money Crew definitely turned it around by utilizing the skill set that they have in this particular roster. They don't really have what we'd classically describe as a diva player. They have what I would describe as 3 DPS players in Obling, Naga, and Maus. Got themselves a Danish trio. And so what they do is they just play 3-2-1 because it means that their DPS players can do what they do. Just go on Brigitte, unfortunately. Go on to Sombra. And, of course, play the Zarya rather than mess around on the Diva, which isn't always the greatest pick for players who aren't really trained for that.
Yeah, a lot of people stuck in Brig Jail. Did see Jake tweet out earlier today, it's like, no more Brig Jail. Woo! He can't wait. Shoes Money Crew on the defense. We've got Hurricane on the offense. Hurricane decided they want to attack first. Doesn't mean we can have a look at Shoes Money Crew's comp. And it will be triple DPS. We've got Naga on the Sombra. We're actually going for a Bastion bunker without Hog, though. A lot less protection.
Solo support Baptiste?
And solo support Baptiste, yeah.
Okay, this is... Okay, no resurrections available. And healing has to be in a place where you can land one of those globules of healing serum from the Baptiste. Gustav, he's going to be pulling a lot of double duty here, and also it can be very much that he needs to save his regen burst for his own self-healing because no one's going to be able to top him up. Luckily, Obling, Naga, and I'll be the best. We'll have some self-sustain via hacked health packs and other abilities.
Dan's going to be able to poke away at the shield. Shield uptime's going to be pretty low. You can see your mortality field in the top left-hand corner. Those little protected health bars. Nice little couple of shots, though. And the Sonic Arrow does a lot of work here. Mouse ends up getting the first pick of the fight, though. Bozbok ends up going down. Instant resurrection, though. Going to hide behind this payload. It's going to be hard to do really all of anything to Obling, especially from this angle. They're looking for this whole hook combo, but the cart is still moving, but those shields instantly destroyed.
It is. Contesting this cart may be kind of difficult. We're going to have to rely on the maid to do that. Mouse has the sights ready to go, and they have been popped, so now the information is given, and Gustav almost has himself an amplification matrix instantly deployed.
Okay, there it is. Instant kill onto Hari.
900 DPS, by the way.
Oh, I love that sound as well when you shoot through it. With almost anybody. It sounds better as Bastion because he has such a high fire rate, but it looks so cool too.
It does indeed. Wonderful window. Gustav now going to have to build up towards that once again. Naga may be the one who contests this time. He is trying to build up towards that EMP, but no, he's been taken out by Bocker, remember? There's no resurrection. Now they've got a 5v6 on their hands. Happycool's moving forward. He's rather keen, and he's given Obling quite a bit of ult charge.
Oh, yeah, Happycool was really doomed there, right behind the payload. Nice little double kill by Obling. Resurrection's going to come through, though, as Yofi does actually pop the ult. There's the tank. Forb gets pulled down to the low ground. I'm not sure you wanted him there, Happycool, to be honest with you. He doesn't get halted in, but can he do all of anything now? Those instant tank rounds going through that Transcendence, but that was a set of ultimates right there. That Blizzard doing
that happened.
Yeah, that happened. British Hurricane still kind of struggling to push through now, but Obling's actually changed over. No one on the Bastion anymore. He did end up dying. He wants to get back to the point rather quickly.
Yeah, wants to play the double sniper. Remember, he's going to have that long commute back, and Happycool's already pressuring out the cart. Someone's going to have to meet him there.
Oh, he's dodging. He managed to get out. He's good.
Did indeed. Mouse almost has to sight, so it's going to make it significantly harder to dodge. That's quite a low dragon, I feel. Not the ideal bisection coming through from Daned, who's low health, needs to get topped off, and he's under a huge amount of pressure. And the pressure is going to be only increased by the EMP that Naga's ready to deploy in conjunction with the supercharger.
Yeah, Daned's going to go down as well. They have 2 damage amplifying ults also. Supercharger going out, and then they got amplification matrix for the next fight as well. What a nice little halt there, dragging them back into the room. Bok instantly falls. 1 minute and 30 seconds now remain to British Hurricane. We know this is one of the more defensible maps in the game, but they have barely scratched that first corner with that payload.
And one of the things about these damage amplification ults is it makes all the other ultimates come back quicker because you're dealing more damage, right? Gustav's ready to put this in front of 2 snipers and be like, blink away, boys. You got an immortality field and a dream. Just give it a go. Naga also ready to get rid of all the shields for EMP, ready to go.
It's going to be a basic one-shot as well. with that Widowmaker. EMP's going to come out. There it is, straight on top of the tanks. Harry does it fortify. He manages to get it off in the end, so he's going to take less damage, but Bok, unfortunately, going down to a headshot as Mouse continues to control this skyline. Gustav is going to fall, so they do end up trading, and Shoes Money Crew now finally being torn apart here, as Oblick ends up falling as well.
Paddy is going to be moving forward, himself and Crocs in that all-interesting Orisa duel. Shoot the shield. Guys, come on, we've got to win this. Is that a Blizzard?
Yeah, Blizzard on the back line. Didn't catch anybody. Mouse is going to find Yofi. Good little start. I'll be the best finding another one too, but Happy Cool pays his respects, ends up getting the hook and the kill onto I'll be the best. But British Hurricane have got quite a short commute here. Plus, that Supercharger's gone down as well.
Carl's moving back. Gustav has returned, and Mouse has the imprecise ready to go. Superchargers are about. That means Croc's going to die. Shield won't last very long, and Danet's returning on the Doomfist right now.
Ooh, nice
that was a
pick.
tiny gap. Great shot from Mouse, but going to need more than good shots.
Run! Run, Mouse, run! Oh, Danet, not letting you get away alive. Yofi's going to fall, though. Another healer going down. The target prio is so good from Shoes Money Crew right now. They do take out I'll be the best. OT is going to come in session rather shortly. Whole Hog still available for Happy Cool as well. A halt and a hook will instantly end Crocs' life. The rest is history, really, as Shoes Money Crew. They know this fight is pretty much over. Halo gets delivered. 2 minutes and 30 seconds now remains. And Shu swapping up their comp completely, going on to that Sombra 3-3.
The hell, Shoes Money Crew, they're very happy with what just happened, right? They just got all of British Hurricane's time bank gone. They've only got the 2 minutes and 30 seconds that was allotted to them from the completion of the point to try and push through second. And second can also be highly defensible. British Hurricane are going to go for the 3-2-1, but instead of a Sombra, they're going with a Hanzo instead. Want to try and outduel here. This is something we've actually seen O2 Blast in Korea play quite a bit because it allows you to do so much damage and also have that combination of the Graviton and the Dragon Strike, which is very hard to counter when there's no Zen on the field.
Well, Bok is doing a lot of work on the Zen of his own. There's a lot of damage heading Mouse's way. He's actually away from the team more often than not. You can see him trying to get right clicks past the shield, put up that ult rather quickly. EMP still available for Naga too. They're just holding him at the gate. As soon as they march forward, there it is. I called it right there. As soon as they march forward, EMP is going to come out, destroys the rest of British Hurricane. They do manage to secure a kill, but it's not really too much of a worry for Shoes Money Crew. You killed the rest of them, it's whatever. Now Shoes Money Crew can go for this resets. British Hurricane are going to do the same thing. There's only a minute remaining here, and Shoes Money Crew, they've got a heck of a defense on them.
Yeah, they are going to be able to get back to the high ground, have that inherent advantage.
What?
Naga going down early, that is not great. This is going to give British Hurricane so much free space. It's going to give away Shoes Money Crew's defensive advantage when it comes to positioning. Now, Hurricane, they flipped it on them. Happy Cool almost has this Dragon Strike ready to go, but Suna still only halfway to the Graviton Surge. Maybe we will see an early Dragon Strike to try and block off access to the cart for Shoes Money Crew, who are coming in with very few tools available.
You can see him set him up. Look at this, straight on the stairs. Gets Crocs in a bit of a bad situation. Bio Grenade's going to come out, though.
Mouse, no.
So he's going to be okay for the time. But Mouse steps back in, unfortunately so. Nano boost onto Crocs. Happy Cool still trying to deal with Naga in the back line. Crocs managed to take out Bok. Good start for Shoes Money Crew. Naga's going to be able to kill off Happy Cool as well. Hattie is going to be able to control the payload now. The shadow hits the floor. 3 people on their back. He's pushing forward. Rally's going to be there, but Hattie's swinging away, and the cart's still moving. 2 meters now remain. Contestation is needed from Shoes Money Crew, and Suna's almost got the grab.
They need to come back in. They haven't got anything. Gustav needs to get himself for Shadow. They've got the EMP.
EMP's going to come out. Suna can't use ult now, and Hattie's going to fall. Beat comes through from Shoes as well. 9 seconds now remains for Hurricane to get back on this payload.
It's got to be the tiny play. The translocator's down. The grab is 2.
Naga's going to get caught up. He instantly goes down. Happy Cool coming back. Contesting the cart, they are still. The beat's going to come through from Yofi on the payload. A lot of people are going to get over shields. They still need to touch and deal with Crocs.
It's only Squishy Sewer here right now, but they're on top of him. Happy Cool's going in with a palm.
He's so low. How is he still alive? Danet finally finishes him off. The payload gets there in the end. British Hurricane struggling at the end, but Danet comes back on the Doomfist. Signature hero working out for them so well once more. 1 minute and 20 seconds now remains for them to get towards third.
And we talked about this on Volskaya. The clutch potential on British Hurricane is so high with the mechanical skill that Danade, Happy Cool, and Suna all have in their pockets. Happy Cool's ready to go. Once again, with this Dragon Strike, cannot combine it with the Graviton Surge as you would usually like. Is going to mean potentially another bisection. Try and isolate Crocs on his own so that he can be easily taken down.
Dragon Strike coming out. There it is. But a speed boost and Shoes Money Crew to try and save when he gets moved off the edge. Danib with the shield slam removes the main tank. And now Shoes Money Crew scattering. They haven't got anything to hide behind now. Instant death here is what they really want. Mouse ends up falling. You can see And Choose Money Crew are going to have to defend the castle doors.
Doesn't feel like this has been so much of an overtime push with how much distance has been gained. I'll be the best. He's out with no cover. He's out of HP too. He's going to have to wait another 10 seconds for that respawn. And Crocs is the last hope right now. Maybe Naga can get some early poke here to try and facilitate the EMP Earth Shatter. But they're running out of distance. British Hurricane are running out of time. They've got all the positional advantage that they could want. And they have themselves a nano boost. I want to see the Earth Shatter first and then the nano boost after.
Havoc has almost got another Dragons. If he keeps chunking away at Crocs, they might just have it in time for the grab as well. Overtime is now here.
EMP's
Shatter, EMP available. You have to get in position. Now Hurricane have to be careful. Yovi gets hacked. They know he doesn't have beats, but Bok has still got that nano. Nano's going to come out on Hadi, but there it is. The sleep. They don't follow up with anything just yet. They're still baiting them in. There's the Shatter. EMP came through as well. OT is going to disappear in front of their eyes if they cannot get back to this payload. But Hafigul finds one. Crocs overstepped his mark, and the Dragons are there as well to bisect the rest of the team. Choose Money Crew. They know what happened. They blinked. They missed it. British Hurricane are going to deliver the payload and cap in OT.
Wonder what happened there, but they're like, okay, Hadi's been slept. What should we do now? I don't know, wake him up. That seems like a good idea. We want a fair fight for our final fight, and evidently a fair fight in favoured British Hurricane in this particular instance. In that, I feel like once he's slept, you slam him, right? You just use the Earth Shatter, and then, after the Earth Shatter, when they try and counter-attack, when they use their nano to help Hadi survive, then you can EMP, rather than use the EMP after you've already got yourself an easy Earth Shatter. I don't know what happened in Choose Money Crew's comms right there, but British Hurricane, a full completion on Havana, kind of a rarity to see.
Well, it only takes one bit of damage to actually wake him up, so I think they were maybe a little bit worried.
Maybe water from all the way in spawn from Isaiah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation to be in. Very split-second decision-making was needed. They don't end up pulling the trigger on the Shatter, which means the rest of the fight went in the favor of British Hurricane. Oblin got the perfect pick onto the Brig as well. OT, every single checkpoint we've had so far. Now it is Choose Money Crew's chance to attack. Remember, they need this, Harry. They need this win in order to bring it to a map 5 to have a chance of winning the series. British Hurricane just need to hold it here, and then it's it. They take the series, and they go 3-2 going into week 6.
It's not just staying in the series, Jules. This could be Choose Money Crew playing to stay in Contenders. If they win this, they'll go up to 2-3, which isn't the greatest position, but it's workable, right? That can get you into playoffs. That can get you into that spot where you can just blow up, like Spitfire and Philadelphia Fusion did in 2018's Overwatch League season. Some teams are made for playoffs. But you got to get there first if you Choose Money Crew. Opening up on the attack, British Hurricane, no respect, straight at the doors, playing this Rialto style. If you want any meters, you're going to be paying for them in blood.
Havigul's going to set up here in the back line. Oh, he managed to weave himself back. I don't know how he didn't go undetected. There he goes. He does translocate backwards. Someone is hacked, but it's only the Ana. Bok should be okay. Does get escorted out. A lot of damage heading towards Hadi's way. They're going to have to be rather careful. But he receives a bubble and a bio-nade. He should be all right, though. But Ana's going to earn so much ult charge here just from healing the tanky targets. But not quick enough, unfortunately, for Hadi. That's a nice little flame strike as well from Crocs to seal the deal on Bok's life. And that'll be Choose Money Crew clearing out Hurricane away from their spawn and getting the payload going.
And we talk about this a lot, the duality of one Zen versus one Android. I'll be the best. Look how much damage he's done. He's got himself a Transcendence already. Bucket, who's been healing up tanks who are just taking so much damage, just 60% on the Ana. I'll be the best. He's just fragging out right now. And, well, it's going to be very easy to answer any incoming aggression. And speaking of aggression, Crocs is going to be the king of that right now. He's going to be the Alpha Reinhardt. They can look for this Earth Shatter.
Slam. Oh, into the Earth Shatter, but the bubble was so good. The reaction speed was so clean, but Yofi and Suna go down anyway. Beautiful play. There's the counter charge as well. What a setup from Choose Money Crew, though. It's almost like they saw it coming in a way. Ryan hits the ground. You hit the Shatter right after the slam, but it didn't work out. It doesn't matter. British Hurricane, no matter the bubble, no matter the shielding, you're never going to get as much on your Zarya, because the Reinhardt is just isolating her almost by jumping down alone.
It's going to be a tale of two EMPs. Here's the first.
Havigul's going to use it. They can't follow this one up. Oh, yes, they can. I'll be the best ends up going down. I thought the speed boost was kind of necessary there, but they just kind of limped towards them, but they still managed to win the fight out. with one EMP. Now British Hurricane can kind of scurry back. They've got a lot of ults to work with here. Grav coming online too.
Got to keep an eye on that cart. They're very close to completion. And guess what? Shoes Money Crew, they didn't use anything in that previous fight because none of them had the ability to use their ultimates. Now we've got 5 ready to go, and Crocs is halfway still to a shatter. British Hurricane here, we're going to need to get humongous usage out of this sound barrier. He cannot be caught by Naga. He cannot be forced to use it first. That means Mouse, he gets a free Graviton Search here. You can't answer it with a sound barrier. You've got to use these in the right order. If you use the EMP first, I'm going to be mad.
There's the grab on the rallying. Dan Eddie gets trapped to the cars. Hattie jumps in as well. They instantly take him out. They haven't used the EMP just yet either. Now using a rally of their own to back forward. Gustav's going to get hacked, but is it going to matter, Harry? I'm not sure it is. A nano boost onto Hardy to try and save this fight. The Shadow on the ground as well. The Zaya goes down. The Zaya goes up and down again. There's the grab in the back line too. There will be a beat coming through, but Naga this whole time was holding on to the EMP, and he gets hacked himself. And now the rest of Hurricane can march on forward. The beat was good enough to seal the deal on Crocs' life, and now it's just a slow chipping away at health bars. But Shoes Money Crew fighting this one back.
They removed the soundbar. That was exactly what's needed. You got to kill Pocket right here. He's got so little health. They're going to deliver it. Naga there was so patient until Yofu felt like, I've got to use soundbar. It's the only thing left. We've invested so much in this fight. We can't lose it here. Unfortunately, you can lose it here. Will be Happy Cool revealed for a moment, trying to build up towards his next EMP halfway there. Wants to try and facilitate Hardy, but Crocs is going to be able to go first with his own Earth Shatter. And Mouse has got so much energy here. Look how far ahead he is of Suna in terms of the tempo building towards that Graviton Surge. And you know that Yofi doesn't have that Samba anymore. It's already been taken away, so it could be an easy clap.
He's 15%, mate. Look how many ults they got online. They're going to use that rally to engage first. A nice little boop there onto Hardy, and he gets nanoed, actually. Wow. He got hacked, by the way. Instantly nano, because they knew he was in danger, and takes Crocs' life straight off the face of the map. And now Hardy's just sitting on this payload without a care in the world.
He's been hacked again. He's just not having a good time. Naga's not letting him play the game, but a soft disengage. They're going to come in with a trance.
They forced the Transcendence, it
feels
like.
Where are you going?
Transcendence now not available for that EMP, encroaching. They managed to kill off Yofi. British Hurricane still looking for a re-engage. Graviton Surge on the stairs. There's the EMP. No one could use abilities now on the side of Shoes Money Crew. They pile onto that grab. And there it is. Hafikal Suna. They're all swinging away. Hardy was there too. It's all over for Shoes Money Crew for the time, but 2 minutes still remains in their time bank to push forward. They got the combo, Harry, but they just need to execute it.
I like Naga's play there. When everyone got grabbed, went for a manual hack onto Hardy rather than using his EMP, so there was no shielding available. The defensive EMP, though, made sure there was no way to follow it up. I'm not really a fan of the best usage of Transcendence there. Nothing was really happening. They had a soft disengage to allow for Crocs to rejoin them after he got picked. They've got the EMP Shatter available. British Hurricane not going to be the same, and Hardy's already hacked. Don't even need to use EMP.
Hardy faced away, but they get booped off. What a boot from Yofi! Booping everybody away from the shattered members of British Hurricane. Naga's going to have a little trouble in the back line with a Lucio on his tail. But he is going to go for the manual hack on Hattie. Faces away, manages to stop the channel of the hack, but he still has the EMP in his clutches.
Yofi needs to try and avoid the CMP and be able to answer it with that sound barrier. Right now, they're just poking with the damage. Hardy's under huge pressure.
Oh, Naga, you see him jump in there with the Transicator. Hasn't got that available. Lets loose the EMP, but the beat's going to come out. Both beats, in fact, but that Graviton Surge sticking everybody to the payload, but Hattie's already dead. No follow-up now available. Bot goes in for the Hail Mary nade, but doesn't land it on anybody. In fact, it only hit Crocs, but it's not enough. It's an EMP from Happy Cool in return. Danid using the rally as well to make everybody a little bit more chunky, but the rest of the team is already dead.
Now they are just going to be brawling out, taking out these final members. It feels like British Hurricane just outdrawn in that scenario. Naga baited out so much by using that EMP. We saw the usage of the Graviton Surge and the sound barriers to try and counter that out, but there wasn't so much aggression from Shoes Money Crew. They were in a position where they could be entirely sort of defeated with where they were sitting. There is the second point going to be claimed. Third, we're going to be moving on to 2 minutes in the time bank. Still very winnable for British Hurricane if they want a clean series. But Shoes Money Crew, they're clinging to that hope. They want themselves a reverse sweep. They want to go up to 2 and 3. They want to be able to hang on to the hope of playoffs.
They've got to be careful right now, because Bok has that nano. If he gets out of this alive, he gets out of this EMP, it could be good. There's the grab. 3 people, 4 people sucked in. They got to have the follow-up, though. The bio grenade's going to heal them all up as well. Hardy in the front line's going to kill Crocs. The rest of the team didn't have any follow-up. Shoes Money Crew are going to retreat battered and bruised back to their spawn.
And that was such a great way to try and mitigate a Graviton surge. Huddy, they just gave him an nano. They were like, okay, so the main threat to this is just Croc cleaving on through us. So Huddy, you go and bully him. We're going to give you this nano. You're just going to run at him and just start swinging so that he has to be on the back foot. Shoes Money Crew, though, they've been saving these ultimates. They've got 4 left to go. They can go for the EMP and the Shadow. Yofi just a couple seconds away from being able to answer it. But if they strike now, that could be the end.
He's so close. He needs to hit a couple more people. There you go, 98%. They have to pull the trigger now. They don't know he's this close. There it is. He finally goes over and he's hiding behind this wall. He's trying to heal Dan it up and he gets caught out with the EMP. He can't use that beat anymore. Someone gets sent over the edge. Crocs and Huddy end up trading there. But they should be able to clean this one up, though. RB the best does get bio-grenaded in the back, killed off by Bog, but it doesn't matter. That's the only thing that needed to happen was Yofi staying back with the beat, but he tried to heal up, Danid in the front line, and got caught out.
Yeah, it was a great bait. You just bring people down to low health, and Jofi's like, okay, I've actually got to play the game as support right now. I'm going to go over and help them, and that's exactly what Naga's waiting for. But Shoes Money Crew, they've cashed in their ultimates. They've only got sustained for this coming fight. They're out of time, and British Hurricane, they got ultimates to bear. Open with the grab.
EMP, Shatter, it's all gone. Everything has been thrown into this last fight. 10 seconds now remain. Both rallies going off as well. They corner Crocs and kill him off, and they still got ults to spare. Shoes Money Crew have nothing in the tank anymore, and they're just fighting for their lives in this series. OT's coming in. Grav not yet available. Someone needs to do something on the side of Shoes Money Crew, or it could be all over.
Mouse is back on the Wrecking Ball trying for the Hail Mary play, but they're not on the cart right now, and Halley's keeping them back.
He's going to get hacked. Bok using the nano too. No one can go near him. Gustav ends up biting the dust. No one can touch British Hurricane right now, and they've almost got another EMP. Naga sends out one of his own, but quickly dispatched with British Hurricane. Find the win on Havana and find the win in the series.
And they are so lucky that fight went the way it did. They invested the EMP, the grab, and the shadow all at the same time, and they were all answered by a singular transcendence from I'll Be the Best, who smartly stayed back and was like, I ain't having none of that. I'm just going to count to 3 ultimates with my transcendence, but luckily they managed to get the pick in the side rooms where there was no line of sight for support. So just a little bit of splitting up there from Shoes Money Crew, allowing themselves to be picked when they had that advantage where they could be able to build up those ultimates a little bit faster. Did mean that combined with a spawn advantage for British Hurricane, they just got brawled out on that point. Yeah,
they lost that previous fight, right? Because Yofi didn't use the beat, but felt pretty good. It's like, okay, I die. Actually, now I've got the beat available. Maybe that was the 900 IQ play. Bait out the EMP with the Lucio that's kind of haphazardly walking along. And then as soon as you roll into next, you're like, well, we've got a beat to use. That's fine by us. We can actually match your Transcendence now. British Hurricane take the series 3-1. Shoes Money Crew looks so good on Numbani. What a shame to go down like that at the end. And Havana is such a hard map to attack too. They were, 3 times in a row, they're foiled in OT on British Hurricane's assault. British Hurricane managed to push it all the distance, and unfortunately, Shoes Money Crew couldn't quite end up making it. And with that, they will end up going down 1-4 in our standings.
And it definitely seems like right now, British Hurricane are just grabbing on to the fact that they do have this clutch factor in their team. They can just play it out in overtime. And I think it's worth noting as well just how good Huddy has been on this team. There was obviously the question of, this is kind of a green main tank, right? Can you really live up to the reputation of a veteran like Numlocked, who's come from Overwatch League and still look like a good team? Evidently, in Huddy's case, it works out. It went incredibly well for him, and I'm sure that a lot more eyes are going to be on this player now after the only showing he had previously in Europe was a 4-0 loss to Clockwork Vendetta.
Yeah, on Shoes Money Crew no less as well. I mean, he, again, played in NA, however, now on a little bit of a better ping. I mean, he's definitely going to be happy about that. Had a short stint in HSL as well. I believe it was only about a month or so. But now really showing up in Contenders in one of the best teams to kind of be on currently. I mean, British Hurricane not only has it got the mass amount of support and backing to their name, but they got a whole lot of experienced teammates as well that can really help you and elevate you as a player if you're such a newcomer like Hadi is right now.
Yeah, and the experience coaching from Nox and Albion is going to be incredibly important as well, just to be able to make sure they can refine his play from what he previously had. It's something a little bit more tight, maybe, in line with communications. You saw our scores there. It's a bit more like what a